Hi everyone. Big background stamps. Stamp them out and you think, oh, I wish I could colour that in, but it's got far too much going on. So I'm going to show you how I colour mine in. I would imagine this has been done many times before. I haven't seen it anywhere on the internet, but I'm sure it is out there somewhere. I'm going to take in my stamping platform and I'm just going to put down a piece of cardstock. I'm taking in the Spectacular Squares Butterfly Medley, which is quite a big 6x6, I think this one is. If I can find my ruler. Oh, it's a 5 1/4 square. So it's quite a nice big stamp. And normally what we would do is we would place our stamp down with the printed image facing the paper. But we're not going to do that today. We're going to face it down the wrong way round. And we're going to pick that up. And you will find that it will stick more to your paper the wrong way around. So this side is now flat. The butterfly is over here and I would like the butterfly to be pink. So when I stamp this down, I need the pink to be over this side rather than where it is, because when eventually we turn this over, it's all gonna match up. Hope that makes sense. But if I show you what I'm doing, it most probably will make more sense by watching. So I'm going to take in my warm lipstick and the butterfly is here. So I'm going to start over here and I'm going to come down, maybe following the shape of the butterfly. I'm not really that worried. I just really want to make sure that I've got plenty of pink over this side. And I'm just putting my oxide on. So there's the pink. I want to go in with a little bit of crushed olive, just to give that a little bit more interest. So I'm going to go down in this corner with some crushed olive, and then maybe just a bit just around the edge there, and perhaps a bit in that corner there. And then the rest of this I want to go in with Vintage Photo. I'm just gonna some Vintage Photo down, and you can go over what you've previously done. You don't need to worry too much. It's just about getting some colour down really. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give this a light spritz with water to do its thing for a couple of seconds. And I'm just going to bring that across and I'm going to ink up my card. And what we've actually got now is a pretty background. We need to get this cleaned up quite quickly. I wouldn't use VersaFine inks for this, as I find they stain your stamp. Prism inks are very good for this. They don't stain. The next thing we want to do is just give that a dry. Now with your heat tool, the highest setting is for heat embossing, and if you're ever drying cardstock with ink, you want it on the lowest setting. I'm just going to give that a quick dry off. That's actually dry already. And then we're going to take in our stamp, and this time we are going to place this the right way around. Now when we place this the right way around, the butterfly is on the left hand side, and you'll see that's why I inked up the opposite side. I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to ink this one up in the vintage photo. So all over your stamp. There we go. I'm going to bring that across, and now we're going to stamp this over the top. And how beautiful is that effect? So what we've got now is our stamped image, but it's already been coloured in. Now, without putting the colour down first, you'd have just had, actually I will show you what that will look like without colouring it in. It's still a beautiful image. It's just that sometimes you want your image to have colour. There we go. And although that is really, really beautiful, the difference when you put some colour behind it. So that's that stamp. Give my stamp a really good clean off. There is a lot of cleaning with this technique. I'm going to go in with the vintage daisies. Now this is an even bigger background. I'll lay my piece of card down. And again, normally we would place this with the raised pattern side down, but we're not. We're going to place this upside down, if you like, and we're going to pick that one up. So with this one, I want to go oranges and yellows. So I'm going to take in some squeezed lemonade, some fossilized amber, and some carved pumpkin. So I'm going to go in with my lightest colour first. So I'm going to go in with squeezed lemonade, and I'm just going to go all the way over the back of this, different areas. Being too fussy. So that's the squeezed lemonade. Then I'm going to go in with the carved pumpkin. And again, doesn't matter if you overlap the previous colour. You decide where you want things to go. And then I'm going to go in with some fossilized amber. There we go. And then I'm going to give this a couple of light mists. And what you don't want with this is for it to run with water. Just enough for it to sit there and do its thing. Then we're going to bring this across, and we're going to give this a really nice stamp down. And then when we lift that up, this is the effect that we've got. I'm going to give my stamp a really good clean off. I'm going to give the back of that a dry as well. It's quite wet. Yeah. And then we're going to give this a quick dry on the lowest setting. And now we're going to place our stamp over our image. Pick that one up. And I'm going to go in, let's find Onyx Black. I want this to really pop. So I'm just going to go all over the pad with the VersaFine Onyx Black. bring that across and give that a really, really nice press down. Beautiful. Need to give that a good clean up before I show you it. Now the VersaFine Black Onyx does stain your stamps, but if you're quick enough when cleaning them off, you can get most of it off. Your stamps, when they're stained, doesn't affect their use. I think it's just more annoying. You can see with this stamp, this is the VersaFine Black Onyx, but down here I used the VersaFine Claire, and that just doesn't come off at all, which is quite frustrating, but never mind. If I show you this image, it's almost like the blackout technique, but in reverse. I mean, the detail in that is stunning. You've got these lovely butterflies and your daisies. So there's that one. I think I'll do one more to show you, and this time I'm going to be using the big background cogs and gears. So this is one that would be good for a man, although that's not to say that there's some ladies out there that like cogs and gears. I'm sure there is. Place this down on my mat, and then again, we normally go pattern side down. We're going to lay it down pattern side up. I'm going to pick that one up, and I'm going to ink this one up in Vintage Photo, Milled Lavender, and there was one more. Vintage Photo, Milled Lavender. Okay, so I would say the Milled Lavender is the lightest colour. So there's no, this is just a continuous pattern, so there's no worrying about having to put your colours in the opposite side like we did with the butterfly. So there's our Milled Lavender. We're going to go in with Vintage Photo again. We're just going to go around some areas. And as you can see, I'm not blending, I'm not worrying too much. And then I'm going to go in the center with the Hickory Smoke. So you can go over the inks that are already down there slightly if you want to, it's not a problem. And then again, we're going to give this a couple of light mists. We don't want it running with water, we just want it to have a very light mist. I'm going to bring that across. I'm going to lift that one off. This area here, I can see that it is grey, but it will most probably be the lilac-y colour. Most probably can't see that on camera. I'm going to give that a really nice clean off. I'm going to give that a quick dry. I'm going to dry the back of this, and then this time the right way. So get that down on your image, bring that one across. I think I might do this in the gingerbread ink pad, and this is the Prism ink pads. So we're going to go all the way over with the Prism And as I said, these clean off nicely, so I don't mind using those. And I can see that we need to go in a couple of areas with that again. So the beauty of using your stamping platform is you can go in as many times as you like, as long as your cardstock doesn't move. There we go. I'm going to clean that off before I lift that up and show you. So today's little tutorial's been all about inking up those backgrounds. So there's a very, very pretty vintage looking background. I really like that. Okay, so I'm going to put that away. I don't want to use that anymore. And I'm going to take in the backgrounds that we've done. So this was just as the stamp is, and this was colouring it in. This is our beautiful daisy background. I really like that one. And then we did the butterfly. So there's how those are. One coloured in and one just stamped. Now we could make a card with any one of these. But I'm going to put those backgrounds to one side. And watch out for future videos. Maybe see what I've done with some of them. But I'm really pleased. I hope you enjoyed that technique. I'll show you what this one looks like cut out. I think they look completely different once they've been cut out, ready to be a card. Yeah, so there we go. Really pretty. Hope you enjoyed my little video. Until the next time, thank you for watching, and bye for now.